Fuck, it's bright.
Hi, hello. I am finally back in the Bay. Being away for a month long in New York City only means one thing: an ungodly amount of packages that are just sitting on my desk. It's going to be quite a busy November content-wise. So yeah, today we're just going to start with the Luminkey 80 since it's at the top of the list. So let's check it out. I know I am very late to this board, but after hearing the high praises from my good friend Ansel and general word of mouth at how good of a value this board is, I said, screw it, right? Better late than never. I'm on a TKL spree, might as well keep it going. From what I remember, the unit that I have is pre-built and it costs about $280, but if you got the bare bones kit, it costs about $215. And while I guess $215 isn't really considered budget in this day and age for the keyboard hobby, I still think economics-wise, personally, for $280 with LoobedSwitches, stabs, batteries, keycaps, and all the tidbits to get your keyboard going, I think it's still a pretty good price to value. But that's just the board on paper, so I guess we'll see and hear how this board holds up after taking this out of the box. And also, hey, 2 cams. Aesthetically, this board has some flair to it, and with the included keycaps, the entire package is pretty inoffensive. It's not your simple square on wedge side profile with this added swoop to give it a little more dimension. There's a copper triangle accents under the nav cluster, and I don't know if this is just my unit or like a QC thing, but I thought it was going to be a little more centered within the cutout, but could just be mine. And flipping the board over, we have the triangles reflected in the unfortunately pretty thin copper bottom weight, but overall I was pretty pleased to see decently sized chamfers, good bezel proportions with the sides that are slightly slimmer, and smooth anode with no streaks overall. Also inoffensive is the sound profile. The board does come included with Gateron Sylva switches, which are actually pretty consistently lubed. They're a medium to full sounding profile and have a decently soft bottom out as well. The board does tend to lean towards the higher pitch acoustically, and paired with the switches without any foam, the Luminkey does sound, I would say, pretty acceptable. It's a little more tinny than I expected, but it's not harsh on the ears. I would maybe put the case foam back in just to try to level it out a little bit, but overall it's not bad. And even with all the foam feel-wise in the board, it's a pretty soft typing experience, and taking all the foam out, it just adds a tad bit more give that I would still say it's pretty negligible, and my fingers don't get too tired after typing for a prolonged period of time. So for the price of $215 for the bare bones kit, would I buy this keyboard? Personally, no. Mainly because I've been out of space for the past like year and a half, and I think those who maybe want a bit more options flare-wise than what's already set may also be in the same boat as me. But from the perspective of someone who's wanted to get into the keyboard hobby without having to dig through rabbit holes, wait for group buys, and wants a board with slightly elevated aesthetics and features without being nickel and dime for all of them, I think it's a pretty good price to value. While nowadays budget is more reserved for the $175 price tag and below, I still think for $280 as a fully equipped in-stock keyboard, it's a solid value, and I can see it being a really good option as an enthusiast grade keyboard. If you did pick one up, I don't think you would be disappointed across what the Luminkey 80 has to offer across sound, feel, and acoustics. It's a solid offering, and if it strikes your fancy, you can check the board out from the links in the description. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I am excited to be back in the comfort of my own home, and for the immense amount of content that I'm going to be creating this month. So I hope you guys are excited as I am. And yeah, take care, have a good one, I'll see y'all soon.